And hello there my dear friends, how are you today? My name is Ivan and welcome to another video regarding Assassin's Creed Shadows from Ubisoft on my channel Rise of Atlas. Once again I want to thank you all for your support you're giving me this recent, how to say, days, especially regarding this game. Thank you very much for your support and I really appreciate it. So before further ado, let's read this how to say article. But of course, before we start, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you like what you see, and leave a like, leave a comment, click the notification bell if you don't want to miss any of my new videos. The next video will be surely how to say let me say third episode of Silmarillion Total War Medieval 2 script events, or maybe I will part 4, yeah, because part 2 wasn't working. We played part 3, so very soon, maybe even tonight I will upload, but certainly tomorrow I will upload part 4. Okay, so let's roll. Let's see. Japanese YouTuber explains why the Japanese are calling Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the creation of Assassin's Creed Shadows. This is from today. So Japanese YouTuber Shohei Kondo explained why the Japanese are calling on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue their OK Shadow game. Thousands of Japanese players have seen the petition. Okay, let me go to petition to see what's happening. Wow, alright, almost 19,000 signatures, how to say, were signed. Next goal is 150. Yeah, how to see, yeah, this is keep growing and growing. Awesome. So let's see. Yeah, calling on Ubisoft to shut down the game down and have accused Ubisoft of insulting Japanese culture and history, which they claim can lead to racism in Asia. As translated by Google Machine Translation, the petition created by Shimizu Toru states as recently, lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious problem for the game developer Ubisoft, which is scheduled to release Assassin's Creed Shadows in November. This game is based on a samurai of Japan, ignoring the fact that samurai is upper class of the samurai class and should be my family or a person who served you. In it adds, in fact, William Adams, Miura Prodor, the first European to receive the title of samurai, was one who served Tokugawa Ieyasu as a flag bok for 250 stoning. I have no idea what this means, but how to say, maybe someone of you can write me in the comments below what this means. Okay, let's see. The petition then declares in such a history, and we all know Japanese history regarding ninjas, samurais. That time period was a truly legendary time, legendary period. Ubisoft continued to misunderstood the essence of the role of the samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and can lead to racism in Asia. It then calls on Ubisoft to stop developing the game. We call on Ubisoft to immediately discontinue the launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show sincere research and respect toward Japanese history and culture. As of writing, the petition has signed over 89,000 signatures. In a recent upload to his YouTube channel, Kondo explains why Japanese players are signing the petition and are taking issue with the game. We will actually read all of this, and we will on the end of the video how to say play his clip to see what he actually is saying. But now, yeah, let's roll here. First, he notes that Ubisoft promoted the game as historical and points to an interview that game director Charles Bennett conducted with Export Wire. Let's see this YouTuber. How Assassin's Creed Shadows will blend two distinct adventures in one. Oh yeah, this is that guy who actually said, yeah, we have our own samurai. Okay, I will put a link on description, a link of this article in this below the video and in description. Okay, let's see. Bennett was asked, this is familiar settings for gamers. How does this game different in take on the setting? He responded, we are at the end of the Sengoku era, a turning point to Japan history. Assassin's Creed is well known for the depiction of the history and accurate recreation of the world, and it was what the players can expect with Assassin's Creed Shadows. We're showing real historical figures such as Oda Nobunaga and a lot of events that happened during that time. so you're not only playing in feudal Japan but learning about this fantastic time period. Also, we are giving opportunity to the players to live not just one but two best fantasies of Japan, samurai and shinobi, he concluded. After pointing out, he listed off a number of reasons why he and other Japanese gamers are opposing the game. We are protesting marketing DAI's historical distortion, streaming for their discrimination for Asians and their arrogance and discriminatory response to protests from Japan. From here, he focuses his video on what he describes as the biggest attempt to distort history of Japan, that is a legendary samurai named Yasuke. He then brings up a number of historical documents and begins with Samurai Diary that mention Yasuke. He uses a translation that states he was taken under care of Nobunaga and given the name Yasuke. He was granted a residence and given personal items. From time to time, he was also entrusted with Nobunaga tool and belongings carrying them from him. Next, Shinoi Kondo brings up a second historical document called Chronicles of Lord Nobunaga. And I translated, Lord Nobunaga provides support to the black man who was presented to him by missionaries. His skin was as black as the ink, and he was about 1.82 meters tall. His name was Yasuke. He noted that his document also indicated that Yasuke was given something, but it's not clear what exactly it is, as it can be transferred in a number of different ways, including a place to live, a short sword, or rice. From there, he brings up a third document titled Jesuit Annual Reports of Japan. And I translated, on the Monday following East, Nobunaga was in the capital and commemoration arose as many people wanted to see the black slave, leading to injuries and fatalities from thrown stones. Observers speculated that showcasing the black slave for a fee could easily raise significant funds. Nobunaga invited him to his presence, causing quite a stir, and confirmed his skin color was natural. Nobunaga's sons were also pleased, and Nobunaga's nephew, the commander in Osaka, rewarded him with 10 kamnon. I believe kamnon was, currents. It continues, the priest accompanied the black slave, and since no one in capital had ever seen a black slave before, can you imagine this? So those guys never seen black slave before, or let's say black human being before, and those guys from Assassin's Creed Shadows or from Ubisoft put that Yasuke moving to some village, and Japanese people, all Japanese people bowing to him like he was, master of the universe. Disgusting, man. So let me see, Nobunaga, okay. Nobunaga himself, countless people came to see him. Nobunaga himself was amazed, confirming that his color was natural and not painted, and stared at him. The man understood some Japanese, so Nobunaga talked with him endlessly, impressed by his strength and some art skills. Nobunaga was very pleased, decided to protect him, and assigned guards to escort him around the city. Some rumored that Nobunaga would make him a lord. The black slave given to Nobunaga by the visitor went to residence of Nobunaga's heir after Nobunaga's death and fought for quite a long time, document details. And a cashier retainer approached him and told him to surrender his sword without fear, so he handed him over. When the retainer asked Metsuru how to handle Yasuke, Metsuru said, the black slave is like an animal and knows nothing, and since he is not Japanese, do not kill him. Instead, he ordered, please place him into the church of the Indian Padre. After the eye finishes, Shinoi Kondo states there is no document saying Yasuke was a samurai, there is no document. He then shared translation of another Japanese YouTuber explaining that the idea that Yakuza of samurai come from Wikipedia edits. Yeah, you can see that edit, battle, one of my videos regarding this game, of course. The YouTuber specific point to Wikipedia edit done on, in Japan, June 14. Yasuke page on June 14, 2013 to claim that he was made Bushido warrior and kept close by Nobunaga. This change is convinced by many that Yasuke was a samurai. That is, I believe, that guy who actually, I forgot his name, who wrote a book about this dude, and after that he said that he will not play this game. He will never play this game, and he disappeared, man. The video then goes to know that, yeah, this guy, Thomas Loki, an associate professor at Nikon University College and Law at Tokyo, published a book, the title of Gaga and Yasuke in 2017. He then published a book titled Yasuke, the True Soul and Legendary African Samurai in 2019, which is actually a novel, and this is fiction. Given there is only about 2 or 3 pages of historical document, the Japanese YouTuber know that Lucky had to have exaggerated in order to fill the pages of 400-page book. Wow. He also know that the book helped convince many Japanese readers that Yasuke was a samurai. Shoei Kondo then pointed to another interview Ubisoft exclusive gave to Famitsu. At one point in the interview, Sasuke Shadows creative director Jonathan Dumet said, we were first looking for ours. Yeah, this is this how to say thing, and they after they deleted at least on Twitter, you know. We were first looking for our samurai, someone who could be our non-Japanese eye. True, this is because from the beginning of the story, of Portuguese arrival would be a very good way to tell the crisis in Japan. Yeah, Famitsu deleted the red line, and that is actually, I believe I have this on one of my videos. And Kondo reacted, he thinks Japanese samurai is not samurai, it's not, you are samurai. As I mentioned in previous video, when we protest about it, and then the response is basically shut up, you're racist. This is really the greatest of how the marketing DEI is actually destroying minority culture. Destroying, this should be stopped, really this should be stopped. From there, he encouraged other Japanese YouTubers to make videos calling out Ubisoft and noted otherwise our history is going to be destroyed by this fake agenda. Of course, there is no how to say comments yet because this is new, and yeah, so this will not happen only in Japan. If actually this goes by and passes, this can happen in every country in the world, man. Changing history, changing narrative, changing culture, everything. Okay, so now before we finish the video, let's listen to what this dude says.
So I posted a video that I was talking about why a lot of Japanese are protesting new Assassin's Creed game, and I think the video was pretty successful to convey my idea. I got a lot of the comments supporting what a lot of.
Just a second. For me personally,
that video was pretty successful.
If you want to ban this game, you should not actually put Assassin's Creed Shadows here. In that way, this is my opinion only. In that way, you're promoting this game, you know. So yeah, that's all.
Convey my idea. I got a lot of the comments supporting what a lot of Japanese are talking about. The video got more likes than official Japanese trailer of Assassin's Creed. And I really appreciate people who support us and showing understanding. It's really meaningful to us. But also I still get these comments saying it's just game or you don't know the meaning of historical fiction. Look this. This is interview from the Ubisoft, I think director for Xbox. We're showing real historical figures and a lot of events that happened during at that time. So you are not only playing in feudal Japan, but learning about this fantastic time period. That's not acceptable, since they have a lot of doing like wrong stuff about describing Japan and a lot of misinformation, but they're saying you can learn about this fantastic time period. Learning about fantastic time period.
I am justice.
So I want to make it clear statement about the biggest point about this topic. We are protesting marketing DEI's historical distortion stemming from their disregard for Asians and their arrogance and discriminatory responses to protest from Japan. It said like diversity, equality, what was it? Illusion. So in this video, I'm gonna talk about their biggest attempt to distort history of Japan. That is the legendary samurai, they claim, Yasuke. But reality is, look this. These are all documents we can find about Yasuke. So I'm gonna explain who Yasuke really was and what he really did. So the document here, Ietada's diary. So Ietada is samurai at the time and that's his diary. So I'm gonna let AI read.
He was taken under the care of Nobunaga and given the name Yasuke. He was granted a residence and given personal items. From time to time, he was also entrusted with Nobunaga's tools and belongings, carrying them for him.
So it shows what he was doing to Nobunaga. And next one is Chronicles of Lord Nobunaga.
Lord Nobunaga provided support to a black man who was presented to him by missionaries. His skin was as black as ink, and he was about 1.82 meters tall. His name was Yasuke.
So in this case, support meaning fuchi. It might be a place to live, or people said short sword, or even just rice. And the next one is Jesuit Annual Reports of Japan. It's written by Portuguese missionary at the time. So some parts are not very comfortable to listen.
On the Monday following Easter, Nobunaga was in the capital. A commotion arose as many people wanted to see the black slave, leading to injuries and near fatalities from thrown stones. Observers speculated that showcasing the black slave for a fee could easily raise significant funds. Nobunaga invited him to his presence, causing quite a stir, and confirmed his skin color was natural. Nobunaga's sons were also pleased, and Nobunaga's nephew, the commander in Osaka, rewarded him with 10 kanmon. The priest accompanied a black slave, and since no one in the capital had ever seen a black slave before, countless people came to see him. Nobunaga himself was amazed, confirming that his skin color was natural and not painted, and stared at him. The man understood some Japanese, so Nobunaga talked with him endlessly. Impressed by his strength and some art skills, Nobunaga was very pleased, decided to protect him, and assigned guards to escort him around the city. Some rumored that Nobunaga would make him a lord. The black slave given to Nobunaga by the visitor went to the residence of Nobunaga's heir after Nobunaga's death and fought for quite a long time. An Akechi retainer approached him and told him to surrender his sword without fear, so he handed it over. When the retainer asked Mitsuhide how to handle Yasuke, Mitsuhide replied, "The black slave is like an animal and knows nothing, and since he is not Japanese, do not kill him. Instead, he ordered, place him in the church of the Indian padre."
I really wish he hasn't said that, but so in this case, people say Indian padre might be Nanzenji. That's a temple located in Kyoto. And this is all about Yasuke. This is all written text about Yasuke. And there's a painting about black man doing some small with the Japanese, but we are not sure if there's Yasuke or not. To be honest, I was really disappointed and felt really sad that when I found Yasuke wasn't samurai, you know? I believe most people are. But fact is, there's no document saying Yasuke was a samurai. There's no document. And some people saying Bushi, he was Bushi. I mean, Bushi means warrior. Bushi and samurai are different. For some reasons in Wikipedia or Google Translation, if I type Bushi, it just goes to samurai. But they're different. Samurai is social class, and Bushi means just a warrior. But how that happened? How Yasuke became the legendary samurai? So there's a Japanese YouTuber talking about this. So I'm gonna just translate what he was saying.
It began with Wikipedia. A lot of the stuff you see on Twitter, YouTube, and online articles actually comes from Wikipedia, but a lot of that information was wrong. It all goes back to October 22, 2012. Someone added a sentence to Wikipedia that said, when Nobunaga was convinced that this person really had dark skin.
So my friends, you see how long those guys prepared actually to create this game. So how long they actually, how many years they created this agenda to putting to actually change the Japanese history, to put black slave as a legendary samurai and everything else. So this is amazing, man. Such an effort to actually do all of this, to even go to change Wikipedia page and to, how to say, to convince people around the world that there was a time in Japan where a black man, how to say, was become samurai, and on the end, for you to blow it totally. I hope that will be the case. But what do you think? Will Ubisoft cancel this game after, let us say, 10, 12 years of editing, promoting, talking, creating? I would how to say, I would wish to believe that the how to say, petitions and protests and rage and everything, how to say, honorable, will actually go, and that we as free people and people who respect not only Japanese history but history, like history, will succeed at the end. But I believe they will actually just publish this game. I how to say, I hope how to say, I would wish that I'm wrong, but I believe they will actually publish this game anyway. Okay, let's continue.
He valued him highly, named him Yasuke, and kept him close. This sentence wasn't true and caused a lot of confusion. Then on June 14, 2013, someone changed the Wikipedia article again. It now said he was officially made a Bushido warrior and kept close. This change made people think that Yasuke had become a samurai, and that's how the legend of Yasuke, the Black Samurai, was born. The next day, on June 15, another line was added to the Wikipedia article. It said Nobunaga liked Yasuke so much that he intended to make him a lord in the future. In just one day, Yasuke had been promoted to a future lord, but this was completely false. So from 2012 to 2024, Yasuke was indeed considered a samurai on the internet. Then something interesting happened. On January 25, 2017, Thomas Lockley, an associate professor at Nihon University,
This guy reminds me of Tom Cruise, man. Look at same Tom Cruise.
author released Yasuke, the true story of the legendary African samurai, first foreign-born samurai, and his astonishing journey from Northeast Africa to the heights of Japanese society. This book was actually co-authored by Lockley and another writer. It's a 400-page novel, and most of it is fiction. Of course, it makes sense. There are probably only about 2 pages worth of material on Yasuke, so if you're asked to turn a minor character's life into a 400-page novel, you have to exaggerate a lot. And this heavily exaggerated novel ended up being perceived as fact outside of Japan. I think the strong influence of political correctness at the time played a role, but regardless of the reason at that moment, this embellished story was recognized as a historical fact around the world. You might think it's silly, but this story had a huge impact. In 2021, Yasuke was turned into a Netflix anime based on this fiction that was even re-imported to Japan. Then recently, experts have seriously started asking, wait, who's Yasuke really? After investigating, they realized that Thomas Lockley was just making things up. And where did Thomas Lockley, who wrote the novel, learn about Yasuke? From none other than Wikipedia. He discovered Yasuke through Wikipedia and thought, what an interesting person. So it might be said that Wikipedia is the root cause of all this. Thus, through the combined efforts of the person who tampered with Wikipedia for 10 years and Thomas Lockley, the legend of the Black Samurai was born without question.
This is how everything happened. And it looks like no one really thought about who Yasuke really was. I feel like just from the immersion from the written text, maybe he just wanted to live his life happy and then peace. You know? I imagine he are more artistic person than warriors. It's really sad. He ended up fighting for Nobunaga. But I'm really glad he didn't die for Nobunaga. Yeah, but that's my imagination. That's how I feel about Yasuke. And here is Assassin's Creed The Shadows. And the reason why they decided to use Yasuke as main character is that, according to their interview, we are first looking for someone who could be our samurai. In other words, someone who could become our eyes despite not being Japanese. He thinks Japanese samurai is not samurai. It's not your samurai. As I mentioned in previous video, when we protest about it. And then their response is basically, shut up, you are racist. This is really the great example of how the marketing DEI is actually destroying minority culture, destroying. This should be stopped. Really, this should be stopped. And if you are Japanese watching this, and if you have a YouTube channel, please make a video in English. There's a lot of videos I'm talking about, and I see a lot of comments and the conversation that's happening. I mean, otherwise, our history gonna be destroyed by this fake agenda. At least in Wikipedia, it's still saying samurai. And then I really don't think you can learn history of Japan playing this video game. They're calling it learning fantastic time period. I don't think so.
Okay guys, so this is it. For today. Let me know in the comments below what you think about how to say, rightfully so, Japanese YouTuber wanting this game to be cancelled. And yeah, we will see you later. Very well.